Hey everybody, it's Maggie Mulhern from Modern Salon TV. I am here with Sasha Marie. We're at the Temptu headquarters in New York City. And Sasha looked at me and she said, let me fix that. I had a blush situation going on and I said, how perfect a demo for you, a professional makeup artist, showing how to use spray. Is that, what's the actual term? Airbrush. Airbrush to do the perfect blush. And we're going to go over a couple things. Number one, how to select the right color, placement, and highlighting for the not young face. And the other thing is we're going to show the demos for the professional makeup artist, which include the two different kits.
Correct.
So let's just start with, how do you determine the shade for a client?
Well, I like to always ask the client, do you prefer more of a vibrant blush or more of a natural blush? I feel like the natural also contours the skin really well. So from there, I determine, like, do you do more pinks or do more peaches? From there, then I can be able to mix and be able to determine, like, what's the proper blush color.
Okay, so it's not like you go 3 different shades pinker. There's no measure like that. It really just has
It honestly depends on the client, just because some clients I've had where they want very vibrant blush, and then from there, then I'll actually put in more color. And I always like to test on my arm.
Oh, you have to see this. Look at her arm. She's been testing here. This is so great. I love it. I loved watching you do it. And from a client perspective, that's a kind of a fun thing for a client to watch, and it really gives that customized and personalized feeling.
No, yeah. Like for the first three, I had actually airbrushed it, and then for the last 2, I just tapped it, just so I could be able to determine, like, what's going to be a nice color. And obviously, as you see, when it's airbrush, it's not as vibrant. It's very light, so you want to do buildable coverage. When I tapped, it's a little bit brighter. So if I do use this shade, it's not going to be as intensified.
Yeah, you were scaring me when you were doing that. I'm like, really?
No, but yeah. So basically, what I do is I just ask my client, do you do more pinks or peaches? And then from there, I'll be able to determine, like, do you do more of a vibrant blush, or do you want more natural, more blush from within type of glow?
Okay, that's very interesting. And before we start, I have to say that this lighting, is this something you think this is from Glamcore,
Yeah.
that every makeup artist should have this in his or her kit?
For sure. I honestly love the Glamcore kit. I like it just because it's portable. And you'll also want to make sure that you control your own lighting, because I remember there's been so many situations where I've gone to a client's house or location, and I look around and I'm like, I can't work with this.
Okay. All right, so let's get started, because I know I only have you for a couple of minutes. Okay. So once you have determined the color, how do you, and we'll do one side with one kit and the other side with another, how do you determine where to place on a client?
So again, every client is different. So like, if I'm looking at you, I can tell you, you honestly have great cheekbones. I can actually see where I'd be able to contour. You have a natural contour line. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go along. Normally it's from like the tip of your ear to over here. You don't want to go too far. I like to actually end the blush a little, almost like where the eye starts on this edge, just because if you go over here, once they actually drop their smile, it's going to go down. So you don't want that. You want to be able to lift the skin, lift the blush area, and actually enhance your cheekbone. So what I like to do is I like to actually test on my hand first. Okay, and then I'm gonna just go in small. Nope, don't smile. You kind of want to have almost like the little fake smile. So
I'm good at that.
just because I feel like when you do the big smile, your cheeks are up here. When you drop it, it goes down. So if you do this, it's a natural smile. So I'm gonna just go in small circular motions. If you notice, I'm not staying in one area. I want to build the coverage. So I'm just going to do it very lightly, and then I'm going to actually mix colors. What's great with the pod is that although you can't mix within pods, you can layer different pods. So again, just testing. Not going to be that strong, don't worry. And then I'm just going to build the coverage. So here would be more of a vibrant blush. I'm using 2 different shades. Now.
Okay, and a circular motion is important for both.
Yes, for sure. Just because, think of it as whenever you're using a brush, you want to blend it. So the same way, you want to blend using circular motions. And now I'm just going to switch.
And what is this kit called? The one you just did was the more
AirPod system. So that's basically more personal or consumer oriented. What I'm using now is a traditional airbrush system. This, what I like, is because I can be able to mix my actual colors to however way I want.
Okay, so I'm just going to turn this way so you can do it, and I'm just going to keep this. And if you can walk us through again, the placement, is it the same circular motion with the traditional?
Circular motion, again, never going too low or too high, using the angle of where your ear is. So I'm kind of doing this. So I'm going straight down to bring up the cheekbones, and then going along your natural cheekbone.
Okay, so while you're doing this, just thank you for saying that I have the right cheekbone for this. What do you do for the client who does not?
So for the client that does not, again, if you use that type of placement from the edge of the ear to here, you can actually create that type of cheekbone. And also what I like to do for the people that don't have cheekbones is I'll actually create a contour line first and then do blush over it. So that way it can be able to create that shadow.
Okay, so it's contour line first that goes below where you want the cheekbone to be, and then on top of that. Okay.
Correct. Okay, so now turn this way. So again, small circular motions, building. And if you notice, I'm actually going up. And then really quickly, there's a cheek. Okay, and I'm just gonna catch that smile right there. There you go.
Oh, that's interesting. So you waited till I actually smiled to then go in and do...
I did the contour first, and then when you smiled, then I did a little pop right there in the middle. So that way when you smiled, you see that extra color too.
Ah,
yeah. And now, I feel like the most important part, highlight.
All right, so the highlighting is... I love highlighting, and I do that every morning. How is it different with Airbrush?
So with Airbrush, I feel like it's just a glow. You don't want to see glitter or shimmer or things like that. You want to see light. You want it to bring out your eyes. You want it to pop out your cheek. So this, I feel like it's going to be softer than traditional makeup. It's not going to be as vibrant or, as shimmery, I feel. You have to get the right type of products. And I just feel with the Airbrush, it just makes it seem like it's coming from within your skin. You don't want someone to say you have great makeup. You want someone to say you have great skin.
How do you select the color of highlight?
So what I like to do is I actually like to see the skin tone. I feel that if you are more of a lighter skin tone, then I'll go for more of a translucent or more pink or white base shimmer or highlight. And then if you're more darker skin tone, then obviously you want to have more of a color just so that it can bring out, again, the skin texture.
All right, so it's based on the skin tone, not on the blush.
Correct.
Okay, all right, cool.
Okay, so now I'm just adding a little. And literally with highlighting the skin airbrush, it's instant. I don't have to be there forever. So there, and then I'm actually going to add a little here. Ooh. Close your eyes, and then I'm going to brighten up the eyes as well.
Tell us why you're doing this.
So what I'm doing is I'm putting highlight over the Cupid's bow. This is going to lift the lip, and then if you want, you can actually put it over the lip as well.
I'm so excited.
And then if you go right into the eye area, it's actually going to open up the eyes as well. If you check, you actually see that her eyes are more brightened.
Don't get too close.
And then if you turn this way, I'm going to, again, for highlight, I like to do a C motion. So I'm bringing it down from where the eyebrow is to the cheekbone and then down here. And then if you turn this way again, same thing, a little C.
Okay, so my last question is for the younger client. What would you do differently?
So for the younger client, what I would do is I'll actually go, and when I'm doing highlight, I'll actually go underneath the eyebrow area. That's going to lift the eyebrows, but the reason why I don't want to do it to an older client is because it might have shimmer. It's going to actually almost look out of date, I guess you can say.
You are just so chock full of great tips. All right, so it's Temptu. This kit is, what do you call this kit?
This is a 2.0 compressor, and then this is the S1 compressor. Again, you can do both. What I like about the pod system is that you're not cleaning, you're not, switching colors or mixing anything. It's literally you can do your whole makeup in 5 minutes. Where the professional S1, if you have someone that you want to do more customized looks, let's say for brides, I like my brides to do more customized, and then for bridesmaids to do pods, just because I feel like the bridesmaids are always having to do the work for the bride, making sure the flowers are ready or things such as that, so they don't have enough time to sit in your chair. So pods, 5 minutes. Traditional airbrush, you could do you could do a more customized look.
Oh, Miss Sasha Marie, you're the best. Now, I'm going to take this down so we can just see. Yeah. Now that I'm ready to go out, I'm going to make it look like a little. I was not prepared for all of this, so I'm really grateful that you did it, and hope I am doing you justice. Does it look okay? All right, come over here. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thanks. We'll see you.